The series is called Seed. We're talking with Rob Skiba, who's the writer, director, producer of the forthcoming television series on A View from the Bunker. 646-652-4429 if you want to toss a question about any of his research or his opinion on the things that he's researched as preparation for this particular project. Now, how is the project coming along, Rob? I know that you are well, let me back up. I've got the sense from having just some brief contacts with this world, the video production world. Sharon's written a couple of spec scripts, and
sure.
And we've seen just a little bit from the outside looking in what's involved here, and it looks like a lot of work.
Yes.
What resources do you have to pull together to make this happen?
We're on the ground floor. First of all, we wrote the script. We've got the outline. I talked to a gentleman the other day who was one of the former presidents of Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I had dinner with him a couple of days ago and gave me some advice and stuff like that. And just kind of talking through this, we are right at the very beginning stages of all this. And he said, I'm actually ahead of the curve because most people that are trying to pitch a TV series, they don't even have a script written. They've got an idea.
Go in with the three-word pitch. X-Files, Battlestar
Galactica, Lost, and X-Files. Yeah,
okay.
But I mean, even Lost. If you look at the beginning of how Lost got started, that's all they had. And in like 11 weeks, they went from concept to pilot. So he said, I'm ahead of the game just in having all that. But we've got producers, we've got directors, I'm looking for writers right now. I've got an amazing director of photography, all on standby. Of course, everybody needs to get paid, so we're waiting for the money. Show me the money is kind of where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And raising money, we've raised probably about almost $60,000 so far, which is a drop in the bucket. That's just been sustenance money.
Mm-hmm.
Just helped us to continue. But let me just say this: this is something cool. This is something interesting and intriguing. But I left my full-time job in April to do this because I really felt like God wants the story to be told. There's so much deception out there, and the church isn't talking about this stuff. Spirals over Norway? What?
Mm-hmm.
Some people say that was rockets or whatever, but I'm like, yeah, if you look at the petroglyphs that are all over the planet that depict the same thing with people and goats running for their lives underneath it, Jesus himself said there's going to be weird things in the sky in the last days, lying signs and wonders and whatnot. But the church isn't even, as L.A. Marzulli says, they're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even aware of it. They're not talking about it. And so I really believe that God wants the truth about what all these other things that nobody's talking about in the church, but everybody's talking about on Ancient Aliens, and from a lie perspective, that God wants the truth to be told. And this whole story was literally downloaded to me in the desert of Arizona at the beginning of this year, episode 1. I spent 5 days in the desert that were just like Abraham, Moses, burning bush type experiences for 5 days in the desert, and literally wrote the story, boom, right there, and I came back with 72 episodes outlined. So I know that he's in this. I know that he wants this to get made, and the kind of crazy stories that we have had since April as far as how we've managed with no job, and literally anybody that I've gotten in front of that has the capacity to give anything has given it once I've gotten a chance to explain to them what we're trying to do. So we're at the point now where we're in the who do you know mode,
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in what we're doing? Check out our resources we have online at seedtheseries.com. See what we're doing. If you want to get involved, please give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. So far, all we've done is kind of raise donations, but we're getting ready to form the limited partnership so we can accept investment money, of course, with a return on investment attached to it. So, and we're looking at about $1 million an episode right now, and we are looking at $4 million to start. That's going to pay for the first 3 episodes plus the marketing strategy that we have in mind. It's kind of revolutionary. I'm not going to give too much of that here, but it's different. And then we're hoping that after that it's going to become self-financing. So
the distribution of this, you hear stories coming out of Hollywood of producers, directors, writers, creators of series and films who kind of lose the direction of their creation because of
financing.
Well, because of financing, because of somebody at the network says, if you want to reach those 18 to 24s, you got to do this. I've got some experience with that as a radio program director. We're trying to reach a certain market segment, and you got the sales manager saying, if you played more oldies, we could get the buy from the grocery chain.
Right.
How will you protect against that?
Yeah, well, it's another one of those things where it's like, okay, God, well, you're our executive producer, so you're going to have to take care of some of that. If not all of it, but the strategy that we're going with is really not the major networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, or any of those. And the reason is because they can censor us, they can cancel us prematurely, they can control our content, and if we're going to try to give the worldview that we're talking about here, that's not going to happen on any of those kind of major stations like that. So we're really going with more of an online strategy. And the reason for that is everything's going online anyway.
Yeah, true.
TVs are beginning to ship with internet capabilities and everything like that. But even the major networks, we don't watch TV except on streaming on the internet, HD. And we watch Fringe whenever we want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't have to wait for 8 Central or whatever time it plays. And so being that everything's online anyway, I've already got the technology, the ability, and the people that know how to do that stuff as well. So it's like, why not just do it ourselves? And really all you got to do is drive the traffic to your site.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's where the marketing campaigns, the strategy, and all that comes in.
Okay.
Getting the people to the site. Word of mouth takes over from there.
Yeah, and once you get it to that point, well, I can even stream video to the iPod that I'm holding right here as long as I'm within range of a Wi-Fi signal. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's where everything's going. Yeah. Everything's going to.
We cut the cable. Yeah, we cut the cable, and it's just internet here now in the bunker. One final question for Rob, or for you, Rob. What was the most surprising thing that you discovered in all the research that you've done leading up to this pilot script for Seed, the series?
Man, that's a loaded question. I'm not going to divulge it, but it would be the identity of the Antichrist. and it's nobody that you would think. It's like something as significant as that, the Bible's not going to be silent about it. And after some lengthy conversations and emails and studying of Tom Horn's material, Peter Goodgame and others.
Okay.
I think you know where I'm going with it. But,
yeah, I think so.
I think the evidence is overwhelming in favor of what some of the things that they've found, and I found some stuff even over and above what they talk about that leads me even more to that belief. So I would say by far that was the biggest revelation in what we've studied so far. I mean, that's pretty huge. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're going where I think you're going, I think that is a pretty big deal. So, we look forward to seeing that and look forward to following the progress as these pieces come together because, again, having read the script for the pilot, it is intriguing, it's compelling, and there are some characters in there who look somewhat familiar to those of us who are in Canton, Ohio. We'll leave people to wonder about that, too, as we watch for this to materialize and come to life. Rob, look forward to talking with you again and sharing more ideas and thoughts. Sadly, this hour went much too quickly. Rob Skiba, the writer, producer, director of the forthcoming series, Seed, and you'll find the information online at seedtheseries.com. Rob, again, a pleasure talking with you. Look forward to doing it again.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Coming up in hour number 2, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the issues coming out of the Middle East, areas near the locations depicted in the forthcoming series Seed. Yes. That and the Bunker Intelligence Briefing straight ahead as A View from the Bunker continues on the PID Radio Network.